Hello everyone, David here, and I'm glad you stopped by. Today let me show you how to cook chicken breast. Now we're all familiar and have most likely served dried chicken breast. Well, no more. I'm inviting you to learn how to cook that perfectly done and juicy chicken breast. Shall you? You don't have to do this. However, the first thing I do is to slice my chicken breast lengthways, giving me two chicken breasts that are pretty close to equal thickness. This will allow my chicken breast to cook in a more uniform way. If you leave the chicken breast the way it is, the bottom part of the breast will take longer to cook, which will result in that typical dry and undesirable chicken breast. Now, using a paper towel, you want to pat dry the chicken. You will notice the meat will become a little sticky once dried. Chicken breast holds a fair amount of water, and you want the breast to be fairly dry when you cook it, as this would allow the chicken to brown and give it a more flavorful taste, rather than simply cook and be that typical white and somewhat bland meat. After drying, we're going to season both sides with salt and pepper. Now I am also going to season with the smoked paprika. The only reason for the paprika is that I personally like the added flavor it gives the chicken. You can add whatever seasoning you like. Add some oregano, parsley flakes, and a little bit of garlic powder for an Italian taste. Now in a saucepan on high, you want to heat the oil. A trick to test the temperature of your oil is to use a wooden chopstick. You want to place the dry end into the oil, and if you notice tiny bubbles surrounding the chopstick, your oil is ready to use. Also, the surface of the oil will start to have a shimmery look. When adding the chicken to the oil, you always want to lay it in slowly and away from you. You do this in case there's a splash of hot oil. We don't want it splashing on ourselves. Now I'm using about a half a cup of grapeseed oil to cook the chicken, as grapeseed oil has a very high smoke point value, making it perfect for cooking at high temperatures. You want to adjust the temperature to medium and then leave the chicken to cook for about 5 minutes per side. Once you turn them, you should start to see the browning, which is a thin layer of caramelization and is desirable for a rich flavor. I'm tapping the chicken breast because as it cooks, the texture of the meat will change from a squishy feeling to more of a firm bounce. This is a visual method of gauging whether or not the chicken is done. I do recommend using a thermometer for your final check, and we all know the internal temperature of chicken meat when done is 165 degrees Fahrenheit. I like to remove my chicken from the heat source once the internal temperature reaches anywhere between 155 to 160 degrees Fahrenheit. This is because the meat will continue to cook while it rests, which is called carryover cooking. If you cook until the internal temperature is exactly 165 degrees Fahrenheit, the meat will continue to cook and become dry before you and your guests can enjoy it. This chicken breast is cooked. You can see that there's a good amount of browning on the outside, and the inside of the chicken is not pink, but very juicy. I'm plating the chicken breast on top of olive oil and a balsamic vinegar reduction garnished with sesame seeds and green onion. Enjoy and bon appetit! Thank you for watching, and if you're new to my channel and enjoy cooking, don't forget to subscribe. Liking my videos shows me that you care. For those that have already subscribed, thank you for your continued support. Until next time, this is David from D3 Culinary for all things yummy.